What's going on, everybody? Trevor Wilson here. Welcome back to the Bourbon Wrench. Today, another episode of Booze News. I'm your booze anchor, Trev Wilson. Today, our top breaking news stories coming out of Bardstown. What the heck is going on in Bardstown? Heaven Hill makes an announcement about a brand new distillery coming to Bardstown. So let's get right into today's story. Grabbing some larceny. You know, we like to drink over here at Booze News, or you're fired. All right, here we go. Let's move on over to where this news story is coming from. And for once, it's not coming from Facebook. Here we go. The Heaven Hill Distillery's website. Was that so hard, people? Make a legit announcement. Here they are on their website. New American whiskey distillery coming to Bardstown. Now, you might be asking yourself, wasn't Heaven Hill already in Bardstown? Yes, they are in Bardstown, but as history goes, Bardstown distills their whiskey at Bernheim Distillery in Louisville. Now, I have known this, I have known of this, I just didn't really think about it that much that is where they distill their stuff, and they bring it down to Bardstown to age it at the visitor center that everyone knows about in Bardstown. That is where, that's their facility down there where they put it out in the warehouses. So, but they are building in Bardstown. They're coming home, baby. Let's get into the story over here. Let's see what they have to say. 9 decades since first operating a distillery in Bardstown, Kentucky, we are deepening our bourbon roots in our home community. Today, we announced plans for a new $135 million distillery to open by 2024. So, it's a lot of money. It's happening really quick. These fools are pumping out. This is off the heels of the new visitor center that they built. I mean, that place is awesome over there. The bourbon experience, or whatever they're calling it, looks awesome. The huge warehouse, rick house they have over there, incredible. The gift shop area looks stunning. In judging by, here's a little mock-up model, looks pretty cool. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm guessing that maybe they're going to offer some tours here. I don't know. But looks pretty good. They're going into the marketing. Looking cool is half the battle. Let's scroll down. Let's see what else they have to say. The state-of-the-art distillery will increase our distilling capacity to meet global whiskey demand and marks our return to distilling in Bardstown. So they're coming back. And they kind of give here a little bit of the history about that. So if you guys didn't know, they used to distill in Bardstown. There was a big old fire in 1996.
You could not hear a lot
and
of
a lot of
whiskey.
whiskey
You could tell it was the wind, but
was laid to rest. Terrible, terrible time. And it kind of changed the course of Heaven Hill's journey. Everything they've done, that fire really threw a wrench into things. But that is when they moved to the Bernheim Distillery in Louisville, while bottling, aging of whiskey, and other functions continued in Bardstown. Again, that is the facility in Bardstown that you go to visit, the visitor center. A really cool area to go check out for sure. Our new distillery will be built on a vacant 61-acre site at 1015 Old Bloomfield Pike. Let's go find out where the heck that is. I looked it up here just to know. So here we go. Here is, if you can see, this is the Heaven Hill area. Here's the Heaven Hill Bourbon Experience. You can see in this satellite photo, this is still being constructed. All this is built now. This huge rick house they built here, that is part of that too. Looks really cool now. So you travel up the road here, and it appears to be up here. So a few miles away. I'm guessing in this vacant area here is where they're going to be building this thing. Again, I don't know if this is going to be another little thing you can go stop into and visit. I'm sure it is. Probably like the Four Roses. They have the one location where you get to do the tasting tour, and then there's a whole other bottling type of facility over by Jim Beam. So probably something like that. Just something else for you to do in Bardstown. So that'd be pretty cool. And it's not too far away, so you can definitely hit both. So construction slated to begin this spring. So I'm sure it's going to be started any time now. It is spring, and this was released a couple days ago. So anytime. Initial production is slated for 10 million proof gallons a year. So the initial release that they're going to be doing 150,000 barrels a year, which is crazy. We're going to get into that in a second because I looked up what the Bernheim distillery is producing, because they say it will have the capacity to ramp up to producing 30 million proof gallons, 450,000 barrels over time. And this next part's very important. We will continue to age bourbon at existing locations, and the Bernheim distillery will continue to operate at full capacity. That's very, very important. This is not getting rid of the Bernheim distillery and only doing this. And then I looked up over here again on the Heaven Hill website. This is just under their initial page. I scrolled down a bit. They give you the whole story here. So look at this. In 2007, Bernheim was doing 200,000 barrels annually. 7 years later, 4 more fermentation tanks were added. Production rose to 300,000 barrels. And then where it is now is 400,000 barrels. So what this tells us, with the addition of this new distillery, they are doubling. They are more than doubling what they're already doing. They're going to be adding another 450,000 barrels per year. So a lot more whiskey coming out of Heaven Hill. Maybe we'll see new brands, new releases, and maybe, and most importantly, what I'm hoping for is we see more of maybe some of the harder to get stuff that they put out. So that's a lot of whiskey that they will be putting into barrels. It is crazy. Totally recommend reading their little history on this page, though. Really cool. But that, in a nutshell, is what is happening with Heaven Hill's new distillery. A lot more whiskey going out of there. Here's a little fun thing. Welcome to the end of the show. If you guys want to potentially win something, I went over here and I double checked on the Facebook page, Heaven Hill Distillery Facebook page. They did, in fact, post a couple days ago about this. And then they said, hey, click this link. You can read all about it. We're going to tell you as much as we... Look at that. Come on. Awesome. They're posted here, and then they send you to their website, get you on the website. Actual released info. Love it, Heaven Hill. But here's a little side note, totally unrelated to this. But Heaven Hill, approaching a big milestone. They're coming up on their 10 millionth barrel, and this is important. Come on over to the Facebook page, like the post, let them know that I sent you if you came over here. But you could potentially win something. The person to get the closest might just get a surprise.
Surprise!
They want to know, on which day do you think the 10 millionth barrel will be filled? All you got to do is go in the comments and guess, and whoever gets closest might win a surprise. I've already done my guess. It's my birthday because I'm gonna win. And it looks like Heaven Hill liked the thing, so Heaven Hill, you know, you want me to review some stuff, I'm your guy. Also, don't know if this means I've already won. Most likely. So good luck to all of you. You know, it's probably all in vain. All right, guys, there we have it. There's today's story out of Bardstown, Heaven Hill. I'm looking forward to it. I think, again, they are making steps in the whiskey world, just like Buffalo Trace, expanding all of these warehouses, getting more whiskey in barrels. More barrels means more bottles. More bottles means that you can actually get some stuff. And I'm hoping with all of these new whiskey barrels that they will be able to produce, it's just a positive for all of us. Hopefully, it's a step. It's a step in the right direction, and I love that these big dogs are making the steps. So hopefully, it's positive in the end. All right, guys, if you liked today's news story, be sure to hit the like button. If you're not subscribed already, consider doing so, turning the bell notification to be notified of when I upload new videos and when I go live. You want to support me more? Check out all the links in the description. You will find links to a merchandise store, to Patreon for exclusive merch, all sorts of ways to do so. And until next time, this is Trev Wilson with Channel Booze News. See you in the next one.